8:30 on a Saturday evening. Thank you so much for joining us for this evening's installment of Trendz Live. We have quite a packed show for you this evening, so thank you so much for joining us. Let's get straight into it. So one of Nigeria's biggest acts, Mr. Eazi, is currently in South Africa working on his amapiano album after already dropping 3 hits in this genre. He hosted an industry mixer event at the Melrose Gallery, and producer Silepe Maifadi caught up with Mr. Eazi and some influential industry names to find out more about the synergy of African music and art.
Mr. Eazi, an Afropop giant best known for hit tracks like Pour Me Water, Skin Tight and Leg Over, is currently in South Africa finishing off his Yanos album. The superstar, well known for his fusion of Ghanaian and Nigerian sounds, has also added the distinct South African sounds of amapiano to his impeccable discography.
I forgot what I was about to say. Big shout out to the Melrose Gallery. Please make some noise for Melrose Gallery.
We're out here, Mr. Eazi, about his future plans and his current plans and what he's doing right now. And I think he's such a great person, and he reps Africa, and that's all we're about, baby.
I think it's so important for me to be here because, it's such a good time for African content, for African creatives, and I'm an African creative. And I think one thing the creative sector is doing is uniting Africa. You know, all our founding fathers were always talking about one Africa, but it did not materialize in one country, because there's South Africa, there's Zimbabwe, there's Nigeria, but we can have one Africa in terms of creativity, and that's what's happening here, and that's what I stand for, and it's a pleasure. God bless Africa. Boom.
Well, I got a bone to pick because I thought we were at an album launch and we're not listening to the music. So I'm like, what's going on? But we are at Mr. Eazi's album launch out in Melrose Arch Gallery, and I am very excited to see everybody out because you barely see people of this caliber out and enjoying themselves without being at a bigger event. So it's really nice to connect with people at this level.
What I really, really loved about this event is that Mr. Eazi, for me, represents the African continent. From the first song that he took out, Pour Me Water, and then Holy Water. And also we're in a museum, right, that is showcasing African artists, and for me that's very important, bridging the gap on music, art, entertainment, travel, and bringing that all together. He's been in South Africa for the last 2 weeks, and for me he's immersed himself in our music and our art and our scenery. But what I also really am enjoying is that he's really gotten onto the amapiano music and trend, and he's really been enjoying that, and I love that for him.
I'm open to it, man. I really don't care. I think if you are trying to express yourself in a certain way, creatives are creatives because they don't have a limit. And I think it's very important for people to be allowed to stretch themselves. And if he wants to venture into different genres, heck, maybe one day he wants to do an EDM song, maybe he wants to go into Afrotech. I say go out there and get it. You never know where it's going to take you, and I'm for it.
So what's so funny is that every time I heard amapiano, I was like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. It's for the guys in South Africa. It's for Focalistic. It's for Too Short. But after I made my album, which is dropping later in the year, I came to South Africa to shoot a video with Soweto Gospel Choir. And in the studio, the engineer just played some amapiano, and I found myself rapping. I was like, any money where I get, I dey flex, I dey ball, you dey vest. And it was just so fun, so easy to do. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I want to come to Cape Town. I want to come to Joburg. And I want to work with amapiano producers, artists, and just have fun and share all of that good vibes to the world. And that's why I'm here. And big shout out to all the producers, all the artists who've worked with me. And big shout out to you watching it here. And I hope you enjoyed, frankly. I can't wait to party with you guys. Zaga what? Zaga that.
25-year-old Limpopo-born artist Giggs Khole continues to fly the South African flag high internationally. This is despite a few setbacks when he started. Trendz live producer Kiadimilwe Moalusi caught up with Giggs about his recent exhibitions in both South Africa and Italy.
You were once the youngest person to own a gallery. Tell us about that gallery and what happened to it. Where is it now?
So, unfortunately, 8 months into the gallery being opened, we had a massive flooding, and then that massive flooding destroyed a lot of the works, the space, and then I had to move all the works into my personal studio. So now I had over 200 works that were destroyed, and then in the destruction of those works, I just went bankrupt. I didn't have an opportunity to sort of be able to build myself up again. I remember then just quitting and going back home and just sobbing and just being very depressed. And then my grandmother, my mom, and my sisters sort of let me reflect. They let me sort of sit Limpopo, try re-energize myself, try just try find myself. And then it got to a point where they saw that I wasn't finding myself, and then that they needed to kickstart the spirit back. So out of like the 200 pieces that were destroyed, one canvas piece was still around. So I took that, and then I created the piece God Gamama. And then after that, I then decided to call up some of my friends and gallerists in the UK as well as in France to go do an artist residency with this piece. And then this piece then started winning awards and being exhibited during the Cannes Film Festival, and then it won the Young Masters Art Prize for the 2019 selection for the 10th anniversary.
Tell us about your exhibition in Rome.
So my exhibition in Rome is called Whispers of Skydiving. This was a short exhibition just before I left for my South African trip right now. So Whispers of Skydiving was an exhibition dedicated to Black History Month in Rome. So this was like a combination of works that I had in my archives stored in London, works that I had stored in South Africa that I haven't shown, and works that I stored in Rome. So the whole exhibition just talks about, like, you know, the different times like I've had like whispers in my ear, and then created the works, and then not understanding what it meant, and then like, you know, whispers are not meant to be heard, and sometimes some artists create works that are not meant to be seen. So I've stored these works, but then I said for the show I'm willing to be more vulnerable and showcase them as maybe these whispers will inspire somebody else. The exhibition we have right now in South Africa is titled Good for Nothing. It's an exhibition that I curated along with the curators of Denzel's and Joe. It's showcasing 4 artists, Franz Talker, Natim Bata, Zoya Sevilla, and myself. This exhibition it's been a 3-month conversation between all 4 artists about how in one stage in our life we were told that we were good for nothing. I've had this conversation when I was in primary school, when somebody's like, you know, your drawings are not good enough, they're not going to take you anywhere. In high school, I was told that, you know, if you don't get a real job, you're not going to go anywhere in life. To even states where I wanted to tell my dad, like, hey dad, I want to become an artist and I want to be a globally recognized artist. And then he thought, so all these instances of like people doubting you, but even within that doubt, we're still creating masterpieces which were inspiring so many people. This exhibition is just to celebrate, hey, don't forget your crown, don't forget your worthiness, that every single human being out here has something to say and something to give to, you know, humanity.
So I'm about to experience these 3D paintings. Is there anything I need to know about these?
You know, because I realized that not my entire family can't travel the world with me and experience these 3D paintings. So in order to cater for that, I've designed them in a way that if you take photos or pictures or videos of the work and you own the glasses at home, you'll be able to experience it.
Gia definitely knows all about art. It's time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, it's the Trendz live act feature, and we also take you skydiving. You don't want to miss it. They say those who don't jump will never fly. Show producer Asanda Zondi decided to rush her adrenaline by doing skydiving at the Ranch Skydive establishment. See for yourself, and you might just be convinced to try it out after this.
Do you believe in doing something that makes you nervous every now and then? Well, I do. Is skydiving scary? Sure, but it's a lot less scary than you think. But first, let me show you how I ended up in the sky.
Have you ever wondered what happens to your body when you skydive? Well, my curiosity got me here today. I am at a place in Johannesburg called the Skydive, the Ranch Farm, where I'll be releasing my feel-good hormones. Of course, I'll be skydiving in a minute. So, when I tell you that my dream is to fly so high, I meant it. Join us. Let's have some fun. The founder of the Skydive, the Trendz, is joining us on the show today. Johan, welcome to Trendz.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Is this center a safe operation for skydiving?
It's a very safe sport. Skydiving in general is a very safe sport. We are very regulated. We fall under the Parachute Association of South Africa, and we fall under the Civil Aviation Association of South Africa.
What makes a great skydive experience?
Well, we skydive from 11,000 feet. We go up to 11,000 feet with aeroplane. Then we jump out at about 3.3 kilometers above the ground. We free fall for about 38 to 40 seconds, and then the parachute opens up, and then we're gracefully coming back to Mother Earth.
I'm nervous and excited at the same time. Can I eat or drink before the experience?
Absolutely. You go about your all-day normal routine. When you arrive here, you'll get a briefing from the instructor. The instructor will put you in a harness, kit you up, do a nice safety briefing with you so that you know what to expect.
Like riding a horse. Push your legs in underneath the seat. Hands in the harness. Look up. Ready, set, go. As we go, your legs is already in this position. All you need to do is push them back in between my legs, up to my butt, and keep them there for the whole free fall time.
Okay.
Tap on the shoulders, hand comes out in front of you, and give the cameraman a thumbs up. If you see him, you can wave at him.
And then you climb in the aircraft and go for the experience.
What makes the best time of the day to skydive? Is it in the morning, in the afternoon, later in the evening?
Anytime.
Anytime? Okay.
I mean, look at the conditions today where you have a little bit of clouds and then you fall through the clouds and you get that sensation.
Yeah.
So no, definitely any time of day.
Don't let them fool you. The adrenaline is showing me flames right now.
When you get here and you've booked for skydiving, what's the process?
Okay, so you come to Manifest and you complete your paperwork. So we fill in a waiver and then, of course, you pay for your skydive. On the way up, the instructor will hook you onto him and then, you'll go through the procedures again just to make sure that you're 100% happy.
Okay.
At 11,000 feet, you're going to jump out with the instructor, right? And then, like I say, free fall for about 38 to 40 seconds. And then the parachute opens up and then you fly under the parachute for about 3 to 5 minutes before you land.
Now that was a skydiving experience. How do I rate it? 10 over 10.
How was it? Did you enjoy? Looks like you can't breathe. Welcome to skydiving.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was skydiving.
Beautiful. Let me help you up. There we go.
For our live act feature on the program today, with us in studio today, we have Zani Sizani, who is a 26-year-old architect, artist graduate, as well as designer and a musician born and raised in Gqeberha. She moved to Berlin, Germany, where she started exploring her love for music intensely and came back to the country in December of 2021. This was to infuse all she had learned in an amazing body of music. She joins us now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So why Berlin of all other places and other cities that you could explore?
You know what? It wasn't even a choice that I made myself. It was circumstantial. After I graduated in 2019, opportunities came where I could go and settle in Berlin and explore music, architecture. So that's how the story goes.
Wow, so talk to me about the experience. It must have been a culture shock to a certain extent.
It was a deep culture shock. I wasn't ready for the types of cultures, the different languages, that I was going to experience there. But I absorbed all of it, and it was a very good opportunity to explore and perform in different places. So I loved every experience that I had there.
Oh, that's very nice. I know you're also quite passionate about certain causes that are closest to your heart, and I know that you speak a lot as well on women's issues. What does it mean to you to be a black woman in South Africa in this day and age?
It's beautiful, honestly, but it's also dangerous. I mean, we can't ignore the GBV situation that we face every day, but I wouldn't be anything else, especially a Xhosa woman. I'm very happy with my identity, and I love exploring and expressing myself and my identity in my music and my art.
So let's talk about your music. How would you describe your sound and what influences and informs it?
So my sound is Afro soul with R&B influences, some electronic, but house. It's an amalgamation of different sounds, and my influences are really from Zamajobe, Simpiwetana, but also international sounds. So I like to put that all together, and anything ejivisayo, you know what I mean? I just want people to dance and be happy when I'm playing my music.
There's also a certain element of yourself that goes into your music. We've noticed all of that. Why is it so important to have traces of yourself in your craft?
I think it's very important so people can identify with you as an artist, specifically as a female artist. I think it's very important to speak about the things that we go through, but also show black love and black love coming from a female perspective. So I think it's very important to infuse yourself in your work and your music.
So the writing process, what goes into it? And are you working with other people as well who collaborate?
Not yet. Right now I'm writing my own music, but I have different instrumentalists like my beautiful band behind me, and I have other band members and producers that I work with. But as a singer-songwriter, it's all my work and my words in my music.
So, Lahleka, talk to us about that.
Oh, okay. Lahleka is a song that I wrote after, how can I explain this? So basically, it's talking about, when you've been dumped basically, and that person comes running back to you, and you're basically saying, no, Lahleka, you left me, so now we're Lahleka. So basically that's the meaning of that song. All right, so where do we catch you? Where will you be performing? I'm performing around Johannesburg at different events. My music is online. You can really catch me on social media also, Zani Sizani, all lowercase, TikTok, any social media platform that you're into, I'm there. And just look around Johannesburg because I'll be performing around. All right, yeah, let's leave you to do what you do best. Ladies and gentlemen, Zani Sizani. Enjoy. Thank you.
So right tonight, so right. I like it when you walk with me, and when you talk to me, when you lay with me, wanna be with. I like it when you walk with me, and when you talk to me, when you lay with me, wanna be with you, make me feel so good. You make me feel so good. You make me feel so good. Oh, when you're with me. So right, grab my hand, let's dance tonight. You take me to the moon, the moon. It's the twinkle in your eyes, shining like diamonds in the sky. You get me in the mood, the mood. Hey, I know this feels so right.
So it's time for us to go now, but we leave you with this. We all have preferences when it comes to foods and drinks. Well, MiHa restaurant in Melrose Arc not only offers a peaceful and intimate environment, but a variety of your favorite meals turned halal and all kinds of non-alcoholic beverages for non-drinkers. Let's have a look and good night.
now we are at this amazing restaurant to experience their different delicious meals. And you know me, I'm a foodie. But nonetheless, let's speak to Abdullah Mia. Abdullah, hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for joining us here.
Thank you so much. Tell us everything that we need to know about this place, please.
We wanted to be able to, in Melrose Arch, be able to give people an experience of whatever you feel in the mood for, you can have. So starting with, there's two components. One is the classic dining and casual. So the whole idea is to be able to say to people, you can come to a place in this kind of ambience, in this location, and you can go, what am I feeling in the mood for? Am I feeling for something a little casual today, or am I feeling for something a little bit more classic dining? So that's got those two dimensions, but then we've also got another layer over that, and that is really what we want, is that combination, that variety, where you can have Western meals and you can have Eastern. So not only is it classic and casual, it's also Western and Eastern. So on your Western side, you've got your steaks, you've got your burgers, you've got your pizza, you've got your pasta, your Italian pastas, you've got your Portuguese prawns. And on your Eastern side, you've got your prawn curry, you've got your king club curry, you've got sushi, we've got Asian prawns as well on the menu, we've got your Mediterranean shashuka. So it gives you the variety of casual and classic and Western and Eastern. So the next dish I'm really excited to present to you is our red masala prawn curry. Okay?
Smells really nice.
Well, the whole idea behind it is exactly that. You should be able to get the fragrance of a very spicy meal. It's spicy but not hot. But however, if you want it hot, we will add, more heat into it. But it's one of those that we start off it as mild so that it's accessible to everybody.
Wonderful. And then I understand you serve halal dishes. What does that mean?
So I think for a lot of people on the food side, it really doesn't have a major bearing for somebody who doesn't need halal offering. Obviously, halal means that a Muslim clientele can come here and they can eat from our fare. All the meats, etc., are all halal. All the ingredients that we use are halal, certified as halal. So from that side, if you're a non-halal person, you won't notice the difference. You won't feel the difference. So we have a number of guests that have come here for their birthdays, for their anniversaries. We've even had little weddings here as well, small groups of weddings. But we really feel quite honored that people go, that they find it's a beautiful setting. As I was saying earlier, because we're halal, all of our drinks are virgin. So today here you have two virgin cocktails for you, or as they're called, mocktails. You have the electric lemonade with your syrups, your cordial in there, your strawberry daiquiri with fresh strawberries. And so what people can have here is be able to get the sense and the enjoyment of a cocktail. It just happens to be virgin. And like I said, it now allows you to enjoy that as well as being able to drink and drive.
What I love most about this is that I can finally go to a place and drink whatever that I want, not alcohol. Cheers.